I'm 95 years old. Most people will tell you that money is the root of all evil. They're wrong. The real danger, the real poison, is the moment you hand money to someone you love and quietly expect it to come back. That's where things start to rot. My name is Arthur Hale. I didn't learn this from books or advice or clever quotes. I learned it the hard way. By losing people I thought I would grow old with. I once lost a friendship that lasted over 40 years. Not because of betrayal, not because of anger, but because of a debt that was eventually paid. Yes, the money came back, but the man never did. And today I'm going to tell you something most people will never say out loud. How I slowly turned someone I loved into a stranger, and why he could never look me in the eye again. When you're young, your heart burns with a dangerous kind of pride. You see your people struggling, your brother, your cousin, your closest friend, something inside you rises. You want to be the one who saves them. You want to be the hero. You say things like, "Don't worry, I've got you." And in that moment, it feels powerful, it feels noble. But at 95, I can tell you something with absolute certainty. That moment is where the damage begins. Because the second money leaves your hand, the relationship changes. Not a little. Completely. You think you've given them relief? What you've actually given them is weight. A quiet, invisible weight that sits between you every time you meet. Before the money, you were equals. Two people sharing life, laughter, memories. After the money, there's a line. You may not see it, but they feel it. Now you're the one who gave. They're the one who owes. And no one likes sitting across from someone they feel smaller than. I remember a man, a friend of mine. I'll call him Aries. We grew up together. We knew each other's fears before we even knew our own. One day he came to me with a business idea, said it would change everything. I didn't think twice. I handed him the money. I said the 5 words that destroy more relationships than betrayal ever could. Pay me when you can. Sounds kind, doesn't it? At 95, I can tell you. Those words don't create freedom. They create a shadow. Because now, there's no deadline, no closure. Just guilt, stretching endlessly into the future. At first, nothing changed. We still laughed, still met every Sunday. But slowly, things shifted. Calls became shorter. Messages took longer. Silences grew heavier. And then one day, I noticed something I'll never forget. He stopped looking me in the eye. Not because he hated me, but because every time he saw me, he saw his failure. You need to understand this. People don't disappear from your life because they don't care. They disappear because being around you makes them feel something they cannot. Shame, pressure, inferiority, that debt, even if you never mention it, lives in the room. It sits between you like a third person, quiet, heavy, unforgiving. Eventually, he stopped coming around. No argument, no final conversation, just distance. The business failed. The money vanished, and so did he. And there I was, at an age where I thought I understood everything, sitting in a quiet house, with money in the bank, and one less friend in the world. So when people ask me now, "Arthur, isn't it selfish to say no?" I tell them this. Sometimes, saying no is the purest form of love. Because when you refuse to lend money, you're protecting something far more valuable than cash. You're protecting the relationship. If you truly want to help someone, don't lend. Give and give in a way that closes the door completely. Hand it over and say, "This is yours." No return, no discussion. Because the moment expectation enters, the relationship starts to decay. And if you can't afford to give it like that, then you cannot afford to give it at all. At 95, I spend most of my evenings sitting quietly, watching the light fade. And I've realized something that took me a lifetime to understand. The most expensive things I ever lost were never bought with money. They were paid for, with relationships, with laughter, with people. I have everything now. The money, the comfort, the security, but if I could trade all of it just for one more afternoon sitting across from that old friend, laughing without that invisible debt sitting between us, I would do it. Without hesitation. So listen carefully. 8. Don't be a hero with your wallet. Be a man or a woman people can sit with without fear. Keep your money in the bank. Keep your people in your life. And never, ever mix the two. Because money is an evil, but in the wrong place, dissolves everything. If this reached you, stay a little longer. I'm Arthur Hale, 95 years old. And everything I'm telling you, I paid for it. It's a hard way.